Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubian Net. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. YouTube family, picture this. You walk into a Burlington store and you're ready to get a deal on a really nice or really fly fall jacket or dress or what have you. And boom, before you even touch a hanger, your picture is being snapped like you're walking the red carpet. But this is not paparazzi, as you know. It's loss prevention. Now, you're probably wondering what is going on. Well, Burlington Coat Factory has been catching a lot of heat lately for allegedly requiring their customers to have their photos taken before entering certain stores. So, this is not every store, certain locations. And if you're on TikTok, there is a viral TikTok video shows a shopper at a Gateway Center location. So if you're not familiar with Gateway, it's in Brooklyn, New York. It's near, like actually behind Starrett City off the Belt Parkway. Well, this customer was being stopped at the door while a staffer took their photo. So the person who was filming, the woman, she said, in quotes, "You have to let them take a picture before you can even enter into Burlington," end of quotes. And many folks online were not having it, as you could imagine. Now, some stores have even added security guards who act like club bouncers, letting you in only after you've been scanned by like a barcode, as if you're an item or a product. And one shopper said, in quotes, "There is nothing in Burlington that I need that bad that I have to feel like a criminal before I even get into the store." End of quotes. So everyone, this, I hear a lot of negative reactions. However, some people are going with the flow. You know, I would actually go to Burlington's because they do have great deals. There is a Burlington, if you know, in New York City in the Green Acres or Valley Stream area that I rather, go to. It's organized. They have a lot of items there. And again, the prices are really good. But my thoughts are, where will the pictures end up? Because in this day and age, as there's so many hackers, there's so much identity theft, and even AI has caused a lot of mistakes where, someone's picture may be used falsely or in error. So that's the thing I don't like. I know, for example, so many stores, if you go to Walmart, if you go to Target, there's so many, you know, rolling video footages of everyone in the store, which is fine. But actually, a still photo, I just wonder about that. I would like to know more, regarding how long do they keep the photo, what database is utilizing it, and so on and so forth. So let's continue. So now Burlington's official stance is that they do not use the facial recognition technology. That's what I found out after I had all these thoughts. But customers and reporters have seen cameras rolling and staff taking photos at the entrance. Employees claim the system can ID people with past theft incidents. So, while it may not be a full on facial recognition, it's definitely giving, in quotes, "we know who you are," end of quotes, energy. So, I'm very pleased that, they state that these they won't be using facial recognition. However, it is important for stores and businesses to identify people who have past criminal activity, for their own safety and also security. It's like if someone is someone who assaulted people, if someone who has like a really serious type of crime, not only theft, but even harming people, I would definitely want to know that. That's why we have certain websites with with criminals, photos, their location, and, we need this in order to have more safety and also for accountability. But, many people question why now? But that question, I mean, can be easily answered because as we see, there's so many retail stores being robbed just all over the United States. We know that retail theft is extremely high right now, and it has been, I've noticed it since 2020. Even in many stores that had, in-depth security like jewelry stores, even high-end stores. I've seen a video recently where, the criminals actually using their car, backing up and crashing into the stores. And then an entire group of about 5 or 6, individuals jump out of the Jeep or the vehicle and they're robbing the place in seconds. So, according to online reports, retail theft specifically, has increased nearly 8% compared to even last year in 2024. So many stores are scrambling to protect their inventory at all costs. And this photo at the door tragedy seems to be the latest move in the retail chess game. It's part of a broader trend where stores are using surveillance to deter theft, also to improve operations, plus to make shoppers feel safe. But you know what? Some people feel like they're being more watched than protected. What are your thoughts on this? Do you feel that, having a photo taken at a Burlington or any store is, more of an invasion of your privacy? And again, it can lead to like a data breach because we know that has been going on. I have to say that I have been receiving so many emails, so many texts, even sometimes calls from, people that I don't even know. And we do know that so many businesses are selling information, our personal information, unfortunately. Or do you feel like no way you would go into a Burlington's or any store that has this type of strategy in order to decrease criminal activity? Please definitely leave your comments below. I'd like to hear from you. So, as we know, it is confirmed that Gateway Center in Brooklyn does use this method, but other locations so far haven't been officially named. If you know of any location near you, please drop that in a comment below as well. And social media users, as you know, they are the investigators. So many have reported similar setups in places like Connecticut, you know, where and other urban centers. And it's interesting because I recently heard just about maybe a few days ago that Connecticut has a lot of criminal activity on different fronts there. Whether it's, high end type of crime. Unfortunately, people are missing. Um, a lot of theft going on as well. And unfortunately, even a lot of assaults on children. Extremely unfortunate for it to happen in Connecticut or anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world. So the question again is, well, I have another question. Is this method working? So according to different social media platforms, it really depends on who you ask because some shoppers say it makes them feel secure. And again, Others say it makes them feel criminalized just for wanting a discount on some throw pillows, for example, or even, small furniture. So the effectiveness is, we're just waiting to hear more feedback on this. However, the backlash is very loud, and Burlington's PR team is probably sweating through their khakis right now because many people do not like this method of having their photo taken. So, I get it. Retail theft is a huge issue. And although these retail stores and other businesses have, a lot of insurance, but everything is increasing for everyone, the consumers and even business owners, whether they have insurance or not. And as we know, the tariffs are really high and there's an increase every single week on different items with high tariffs. So if I have to pose like it's prom night just to get a pair of socks, I may do it just to get the discount, but other people, they may not be willing. But security is important, but also is dignity. So if stores want to keep their money, they really need to make sure that their policies are accepted by, most people and that they won't lose their clientele. So if anyone has any experience regarding having your pictures taken, if anyone knows of another location or other stores that have the same method, once again, please leave it in a comment below. And thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Stay safe wherever you are and have your head on a swivel.